it's Crafty Ria, and I'm back again with another recycled Christmas card video. Today I'm going to be recycling these two really cute cards with Santa and his friends. And I will be using some stickers to go along with the cards, and I will also be using some bling for my bling box. So let's go ahead and get started. I will start with this card first. For both of these cards, the background will be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, which is a sheet of cardstock folded in half and cut in half. I use just the cheap cardstock you can get at Walmart or the office supply section of any store. It's not fancy crafting cardstock. I figure most people throw their cards away anyway, and I send out so many Christmas cards, I just buy the big ream of this cardstock. I'm also going to be using this red construction paper. Got this at Hollow's Paper Craft in a big pad for just a couple of dollars. I was looking for red cardstock, but they really didn't have a good Christmas red. You know, I find it very hard to find Christmas red paper at the store, so I'm so glad I got this huge package of the construction paper. It works really well. It's a little lighter weight, so I think it's a little nicer for cards that you're going to send through the mail. So we'll start with my paper trimmer, and I will cut the front off of this card. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I don't have them really planned out. Have a couple of ideas floating through my head. So we'll create together as we go. And I'll go ahead and cut out the sentiment from the inside of the card. I think both of these cards I got from a cruise group. It's a Carnival cruise group. We do a Christmas card exchange every year. I send out about 100 cards. We don't have to send to everybody. Usually they just ask us to send to half of the group, but I usually send one to everybody because it's a lot of fun. And I actually have a few viewers from the cruise group, and if you're watching, hello and thank you. Okay, so I'm going to trim this down so it will fit on this card, because you can see it is a little bit bigger. I'm going to have to take a bunch off the sides. I can take a lot off of this side because I don't need any image on there really to the left of the North Pole sign. So we're going to go with that, and I'll see how far I have to cut it down. I still want to cut it down a little bit more so I can mat it. So I will take a little bit off of this edge. I'll go right up to the edge of that holly and berry, and we'll see where we land. Okay, that's not too bad. I will take off what I can off the bottom, and then again off the very top. And then we'll go from there. I always try to start by taking away the white space that I don't need on the card. So there we have it. That does give a pretty good border, so we'll work with that. And to cut the border from the cardstock, I need it to be 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And I should be able to get 2 cards out of this. So I have 2 mats now cut out from that piece of construction paper. I'll use 1 mat for the other card. So that gives just a nice little white border, which I like. And then we have a more of a red border. I think I'm going to take a little bit off of this side just so the red border is even on all sides, or at least pretty close to even. That looks really good. All right, and I'll go ahead and adhere it down on my card base. I'll be using the Elmer's glue for this because it is construction paper and it is made up a bunch of fibers. When I use the tape runner on it, sometimes the tape pulls those fibers off. And I don't really like that, so I will use the glue. My work surface is a little crooked. I'm going to move my camera too. There, that's a little better. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to jostle you around too much. Hopefully the cruise group will still do the Christmas card exchange this year. We haven't cruised really much this year. We did cruise in January, but that was our last cruise. They have canceled cruising. I don't know when they're going to restart. They keep coming up with dates, and then of course that keeps getting pushed back. I really miss cruising. I want to go back on another cruise. We were supposed to go on one in April, but obviously it got canceled. Okay, so we can't just stop there. I mean, you could. That's just a really basic recycled card, and you could stop there, and whoever gets it will really like it, I'm sure. But I'm going to do a little bit more. And I'm also going to put this on the inside. I don't want to forget that. I'll leave that right there. I always forget to do that on camera. I have this, my bling box, my Dream Big. I need to change that to Dream Bling. So I have some black bling and some red bling. I thought I would put the red bling up and down this North Pole sign. I'm basically trying to find an excuse to put bling. And I think I'm going to put some black bling on his belt, Santa's belt, just to jazz him up a little bit. This bling I got some from AliExpress, and then my latest bling order was from Amazon, and it's the same kind of bling, and it gets here much quicker. So there we go. We have that. A little bit of bling. I have these little red ones. I'm going to put them down here in the holly berries. There we go. And there's all these little stars around, and on this pack of stickers there's these little bitty stars, so I'm just going to add some to the background just to make it fun. I never know what to do with these little tiny stickers like that you get on a sticker sheet. I usually end up wasting them, so I'm going to go ahead and use them. Just randomly put some around, different colors, since those stars are in all different colors. Do I have any more? I have one more green one here. I did use some of them on another project. Okay, so I added a little bit of the bling up there. Okay, oh, and I do want to add a big red bling to the top of this. There we go. Very cool. And that card is done. Super easy, except I have to put the inside in. So I will mat this on red. It's not very wide, so I can't use a lot of border on the edges. On the left and right side, I should say. Oh, I'll leave that out. Okay, and I will chop this down. It's my technical term for trimming. Chop it down. There we go. And I will put that on the inside. I always like to mat it on something if it's white on white, so that way it stands out. And the glue I'm using is Elmer's glue. I just put it in an art glitter glue container I had with the fine metal tip. And that's Elmer's Glue All, and I love it. I love it just as much as I love art glitter glue. All right, so that card is done, and let's go ahead and do this one. Actually, before we move on to this one, I have an envelope here that I want to decorate with some of these penguin stickers. I will just stick one of these penguins right down there because it kind of matches the card, and I thought that would be really cool. And I could put one on the back when I seal it up, but I'll just leave the one on the front for now. Okay, that one is done. So now let's move on to Mr. Santa. And I'll cut the front of the card off first. And the inside of this card is really awesome. I love this inside. So I'm going to first, let me just trim this side down. And I will trim this sentiment out. I'm going to keep this piece, even though there's a name on there. I could use this as a mat, and it may cover up that name. I'll put that with my scraps because it's really pretty, and I'm going to keep that little piece too. And since this is not on white, it's on red, I can go ahead and just mat this right on the inside of the card. So let's see, let me get my card base. I have my card base and my red mat, and then I have to decide how much of the Santa I'm going to cut off. I think I will take off the Merry Christmas part. That way I can use more of the Santa part. I'm going to trim down that Merry Christmas before I cut it off the card. There we go. And I will save that because I may be able to use it on another project. And I don't have to take too much off the top. I'll just go with that much. That leaves me a nice little border. And I'll take a little bit off of each side. I'll just start with that much and then I'll see where I need to go. I think that worked out pretty good. Yep, that's perfect. I'll be using some bling, but before I do, I'm going to do something a little different than I usually do. Really kind of fun. I have my craft knife, and this is a self-healing mat. I'm going to cut out 3 sides of the ho 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 and raise it up on pop dots so it looks 3-dimensional. So just bear with me, it might take a few minutes. And I'm just doing it without a ruler. I'm doing all the straight lines first. I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just cutting these down. And whenever you're cutting, be careful. If you're cutting towards yourself, be careful where you're placing your other hand. Don't place your hand in line of the blade. Otherwise, it might not be pretty. You may be bleeding. Okay, so I did all of the straight down cuts. Now I'm going to go cut these little, the bottom parts, the triangle part. My finger is sore already. I've seen people use that finger blade. If you've ever used that, let me know. It's a little blade where the handle kind of looks like a round scissor piece, and you put your finger in it and you cut. If you've used it and like it, let me know. I might try one. This is just an X-Acto knife. It's nothing too special. So there, I have all of those little pieces cut out. And I want to make sure I got them really good. I want to pop each one out carefully. I might have to go back in and cut some more. And I want to pop them up towards me. There we go. All right, they all pop up now. So then I will adhere this down to my card base. I'll adhere the card base, or the mat, I mean, to the card base first, and then I will put the Santa on. I left my tip out of the glue a little bit too long. I noticed that the Elmer's glue does not clog as fast as the art glitter glue. The art glitter glue, I used to have the worst time with it clogging. Then I want to glue the back, and I want to be careful not to glue those little flaps I cut out. But I do want to glue the card around those flaps. Make sure I have my card opening in the right direction. I put it on a little crooked, but that's all right. Nobody will notice except us, and we won't tell anybody. Okay, so I have those little pieces. I'm going to go ahead and decorate it up, and then I will raise those pieces up. Get my bling box, which is my favorite thing. I'm going to do the same with his belt. I'm going to put black bling down. That piece worked out perfectly. All right. I didn't plan that. And then I will put two little pieces, I think 2 pieces, yeah, in the middle of his buckle. There we go. I don't know if I can fit silver around on that buckle. I might have to take those pieces of bling off the center. Let me take those off and try some bling on his buckle. And I'll see what I have for the inside. Yeah, I think I could do this. 3 on the top, 3 on the bottom. I don't know if I could fit 1 on each side. Maybe I'll just leave 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom. I'll leave it just like that. And then I have all of these snowflakes. Let me see what I have. I have some snowflake stickers. And I think I'll put a couple up around the sky. It's kind of like 1 over there, maybe 1 on the other side. Up in the corner. So we have some snowflakes, and I'm thinking I might want to put a gift on the ground. Since he is Santa and he'll be delivering the gifts, I think that's kind of cool. And then with this ho ho ho, I have these little tiny pop dots, and I thought I would put 1 under each letter. I don't know where I got these. These are little circles. I've had them a long time in my stash. I don't use them often because they're so little. But I do use them for things like this. I want them towards the bottom of the ho ho ho. This one's giving me fits. I got to take the other side of the protective backing off. There we go. I actually might try cutting them in half. They might be a little bit too big. These are my scissors that have the titanium blades. I'm trying them out on sticky things to see how they work versus the scissors with the Teflon plates, since I already have these. I like that. It does give them a little bit of dimension, and it does work to cut the glue dot in half. You just need just a little bit of oomph underneath it to hold them up. There we go. And I'm pushing them down really good so they kind of stick down. But that makes that ho 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 look a little 3D. Now I'm going to show you another little trick. We've done this trick before. If you don't have the exact color bling that you need, you can use Sharpie markers and color it to fit your needs. Like this one here, I used a dark green Sharpie marker and it colored it green. Now I'm not sure if this piece is going to be big enough, but I want it to go over the string for the ho ho ho. Yes, it's just the right size. So you can use Sharpie markers, Bic markers, Copic markers, any alcohol-based permanent ink markers to color your bling. I did that on another video. This was a piece I had that was left over. You can use the clear bling and color it any color, or you can use a color that's similar, a little lighter than what you need, and then color it with the markers. And then you can have any color bling that you like. So I thought that would be pretty to put on that string of ho ho ho, and it is the right color for it. It just so happens that I had this left over. There we go. And there you go, a couple tips of the trade. Some coloring your markers, coloring your bling with markers. I have an envelope for this card, and I have these really cute Santa stickers, and I thought they would go really well. So I'm going to put one of them down in this corner, if I can get him off. He doesn't want to come off by himself. Let's try another one. There, he's coming off. These are pretty thick stickers. I thought they would be thinner foil. They're almost like a little cardstock, but I thought he kind of really matches. He's got the same stance with his hands up in the air, so that worked out kind of cool. So then on the inside of the card, I'm going to go ahead and put this. I'll use the Elmer's glue again. I'm loving, loving, loving the Elmer's glue. And just for fun on the inside, I'm going to put another one of these stickers, since he matches the guy on the front so well. I think that's really cute. I like those Santas are perfect for this card. Okay, well there you go. We have our 2 cards with matching envelopes, or at least coordinating envelopes. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it inspires you to get your Christmas cards out and start recycling them. If you don't have old Christmas cards from last year, check around at estate sales or at the thrift stores. Sometimes you can find them, or even you can use new cards that you buy inexpensive cards and bling them up. You don't even then have to cut them out and put them on a new card base. You could just bling up the front like this and make some inexpensive playing cards into something really, really pretty. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'm getting really close to 1,000 subscribers. Once I hit 1,000, we're going to have a nice giveaway. So tell your friends and have them come over and subscribe as well. If you haven't yet joined my Facebook group, that's Create with Crafty Rhea, I would love to have you over there. It's such a fun group. The ladies there are wonderful. And all of my viewers, you guys are so wonderful. Thank you so much. I'd love for you to leave a comment below. I love reading all of your comments. I try to reply whenever I can. And thanks again for watching. Give this a thumbs up if you like it. And until the next video, you know what to do. Go get crafting. Bye-bye.